Hey everybody, Amber Mackenzie here, publisher of Natural Awakenings, Inland Northwest. I wanted to do a video, which I'm doing more videos now, so I wanted to do a video on how Natural Awakenings came to me. It was through some serious breakdowns and shifts. Shifts happen. They really do. Because this is something that I could have never predicted in my life. I'm sure we've all experienced things that we thought, life was gonna go a certain way and then it didn't. And what resulted were unexpected surprises. So for me, my unexpected surprise was this wonderful magazine. I launched the magazine back in September 2017, so it's almost been exactly 2 years. So next month will be the 2-year anniversary of the first issue coming out in Spokane. Of course, the magazine itself has been going on for 26 years in the United States, but it's, started here 2 years ago. And the reason it came into my field of existence was because I had a really hard 2015 and 2016. Very difficult. Probably the biggest changes in my entire life happened during those 2 years. Well, besides having kids. But really, I'd gotten divorced. Mom was really sick. I had been working at Gonzaga at that point, I think 13 years. I loved it, but I basically kind of lost my passion for what I was doing. And a lot of that had to do with the career I was in required travel overseas, which, there was a time in my life that I loved that. And I still would love it if I could bring my kids. But, then for work, leaving for 2 to 3 weeks, 2 to 3 times a year, it was really hard, especially when I didn't really have my mom to take care of my kids or, that kind of thing. So I knew that I couldn't do it anymore. And so I kind of put it out there. I needed a change. And then the real kicker came after my mom died. So she died in August 2016, so almost exactly 3 years ago. After that, I was pretty broken, pretty lost. I mean, I literally felt a feeling of lost. Like, where do I go now? What is the point of this? I mean, it was a full-fledged breakdown. And so I just felt like I needed a shift, a change, a new direction, basically. So I was introduced to Natural Awakenings before my mom died, which is really beautiful. My sister Shannon, she bought the Charlotte, North Carolina magazine. There was a Natural Awakenings there for 10 years, and my sister actually was a reader. She loved it. So she found out that it was being sold by that publisher, and so she, also going through her own shifts in life, bought it and started publishing. And so my mom and her went to the Mayo Clinic and had come back. My mom gave me a copy of my sister's magazine. And so I was looking through it, and oh my gosh, every page I was like, oh, that's so cool. It's like, all these articles about holistic practitioners and different modalities in that area and what they were doing, and all these really great kind of articles about health and wellness and all that. And so anyway, I was looking through the magazine. I was like, Mom, oh my gosh, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, the Inland Northwest, we need a magazine like this. Duh, is kind of my thought. And I'm not kidding. The very next page said, hey, do you want this magazine in your market? Yes, universe, I do. How did you know that? And so, it was at that moment that that little spark started. I didn't take action at that time, but at that point in my life, I was really invested in my own health and wellness, my own preventing illness. Like, that was a big deal for me because I was going to a naturopath, like I said, and she was, wanting me to maintain my health. And so we did that. And then I also went to a chiropractor, from that, starting little baby steps, started with a naturopath and then learned about chiropractic and acupuncture, and it kind of snowballed from there. Because, once you start learning about how your body can heal itself, then you are introduced to other things that lead to other things. And so it was kind of a really great, I was a great education. I felt like there were a lot of people that could benefit from the information in the magazine. And also, I love the idea that the magazine showed what was available in the region as far as natural health goes. And probably a lot of things that people didn't really realize were happening in our area, because there is a lot going on here. And so anyway, I just thought, ooh, this magazine could help other people that are on a mind-body journey exploration. It could help them find out what they could do right here in their own backyard. After my mom died, I realized that, you know, I wanted to make a difference in the world in a new and meaningful way for myself. And so this is how I wanted to do it. And so that's what I call a holy shift. I was like, holy shift. And it was very not easy, you know, nothing new is. And so in September 2017, I published my first issue, and it's all been downhill since there. And downhill means in a good way. And I've learned a lot in these past 2 years. What I've really come to love is just working with other people, practitioners, you know, service providers, nonprofits, conscious entrepreneurs who are in the magazine. Many have been there since I started 2 years ago, because they're here to heal, guide, support each other people, the planet. You know, they're here because they want to make a difference in the world. All of those things combined have been really transformational for me. And then, you know, of course, the other thing I love is just learning what's going on around here, because there are a lot of really amazing things happening. And you'll notice that, like, even in the community resource guide in the back of every magazine, there are things that you probably don't even know exist here that you can find and think, oh wow, I didn't realize that there was, you know, for example, a salt room of Spokane. Those are the things that I feel very happy about. Because like I said, it was a way for me to make a positive difference in our world. And it only could come about because of the painful shifts and breakdowns that happened leading up to it. I could have never predicted something like this for me. Never, no. But it was meant to happen. And because there are no accidents, if you remember from my last video, there are no accidents. You know, I guess my whole point in this is that the holy shifts and the holistic breakdowns that we all go through are meant to lead us to our next greatest version of ourselves, our next greatest way of being in the world, because I do believe it's about being rather than doing a lot of times. And so there you have it. That's my story of how Natural Awakenings came to be here in Spokane, Coeur d'Alene. Go pick your issue up right now and read it cover to cover. All right. Have a good day, everybody. Later.